A New Zealand cannabis clinic is offering discounts on medicinal cannabis in a bid to stop people turning to illegal options or going without due to the high cost. Cannabis Clinic, New Zealand's largest medicinal cannabis centre, launched its Supported Access Program, or SAP, in April. Now, since then, the scheme has filled 5,500 prescriptions for around 5,200 patients and has saved them collectively almost $300,000. The nationwide scheme reduces costs for those with community services cards by up to 37%, and now covers 5 products, up from the launch of, when they launched, there was 2, I believe. Dr. Waseem Alzaher is the Cannabis Clinic's chief exec. He says the costs have always been a barrier, and it pushes people towards the black market or leaving them to cope with symptoms. And he joins me now. Dr. Waseem, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Leah. Thank you for having me.
Look, thank you for taking time. You're on annual leave, and you know, I appreciate that even on your holiday, you spoke with us. So thank you very much.
No, it's my pleasure. That's the thing. We believe really deeply and passionately about what we do, so it doesn't stop. Whatever it takes for us to help Kiwis to make it accessible for them.
Yeah.
We're here to do it. Somebody's got to do it and stand up for it, and we're here. And
Nice.
It's the best thing. Rewarding, very rewarding.
What made you, or what made the clinic first decide to launch the Supported Access Program in the first place?
We've always known, Leah, that cost is one of the biggest barriers. There's 2 barriers: cost and stigma. People are afraid of judgment, afraid of what it means to be using cannabis. And cost is a big one because these medicines are not subsidized. They're private medicines.
Yeah.
And so when this option came out and we thought, look, there's people that are struggling financially, it was just connecting the 2 dots together. This made perfect sense. There's a really good opportunity to help Kiwis who need it the most.
Yeah. Look, I don't know how it works, but if I needed it, how much you say it costs a lot? What's the general cost if we didn't get this SAP? What are we looking at?
General costs would be, for an average person, would be about $250 a month. The costs on our access program vary, but they're about 25% or 30% less, roughly. So you'd save about $50 to $80 a month, that type of thing. But it really depends on how much people are prescribed their use. So it's very personalized.
Yeah.
There's no one.
It depends on what you're taking.
Value.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Were you also concerned, Waseem, that, in my intro I said, people were turning to illegal options? I mean, they risk, of course, the law, but potentially, are you concerned that they were taking something that could be deadly? Is that possible, or what's your concern there?
Oh, absolutely. There are major health concerns with the stuff, the cannabis that you can buy illegally, because it can be sprayed, it can have pesticides, it can have other chemicals, it can be laced with other drugs if it gets contaminated. You don't know what you're getting. It's variable from batch to batch. Whereas what we prescribe, not only is it on par price-wise with what you can get in the illegal market, but it's also consistent, really high quality. I mean, we're talking, like, you imagine pharmaceutical grade quality applied to an actual plant material. It's that well regulated and controlled. We're talking very high quality products. It's the best of both worlds. There is zero reason for anybody in New Zealand to be accessing medicinal cannabis through illegal means. There is absolutely no reason that they need to be doing it, because the products are there, the clinicians are there, and it's very hard to go wrong.
Is it just for, was I right in saying it's only for those with community services cards, and for this particular SAP offer?
For the scheme, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So because they financially are limited, so what we've done is put ourselves in a position where we can make it more cost effective for them, make it more accessible, because accessibility to healthcare is everything, Leah. Like, it's accessibility. We've got to make health in general really accessible. If we want people to look after their health, you've got to make it easy to access. You've got to make it safe, no judgment, and that's what we stand to provide.
So both the clinic and the suppliers have decided and agreed to charge lower prices. This is how you've been able to do this. How hard or easy was it to get suppliers to offer discounts?
It was definitely it's a work in progress. We're getting more
Yeah.
and more products on board, but
Yeah.
I think they've realized the importance of it. We
Yeah.
certainly underestimated what we thought, how it was going to take off. We thought
Yeah.
it was going to be a gradual thing that would slowly build. But within the first couple of months, we saw an immense take off
Yeah.
on people with community services card wanting these products, and we were quite surprised. And so that
You've
only
had like a
confirmed that there was
50% uptake. I mean, like you said, quite surprising. Yeah.
very
I mean,
surprising, yeah, to the
yeah.
point where we were doing hundreds of prescriptions for people with community services cards, which is great. Like it's a massive win, Leah, because
Mm,
you've got people who need it the most in a scheme that can provide it at a more affordable price. It's
mm.
a win-win on both sides. And so what we want to do now is use that as an example, as
Yes.
a case example, go out and say, hey, to the government, to MedSave, to other suppliers, and use it as a success story to help push more in this direction,
Yeah.
because to make it accessible for those who need it.
Which conditions? I'm not asking you to break any patient confidentiality or anything, but what are kind of the top three conditions that patients are using medicinal cannabis for? I mean, pain, obviously, but are there other things that they come to you with, or they use it for?
Pain is a big one.
Yeah.
Pain, insomnia, so sleeping
Mm,
difficulty, anxiety, other mental
yeah.
health concerns.
Mm,
They would make up the majority of the people that we see. But honestly, there is a very, very wide spectrum of conditions, of ages, ethnicities, you name it. Your working Kiwis, your
mm.
retirees, your younger people. It's very variable. And
Okay.
we have an open door policy of being, doesn't mean everybody gets prescribed cannabis, but it means that
Yeah.
everybody
Okay.
can talk to a doctor about it and actually
Okay.
have that consultation, get that advice.
So you talked about one of the biggest barriers that people were facing was the cost. And what about accessing it? Like getting a doctor's approval. Is there anything else? Is that how it works? So if I wanted to come to you, Dr. Waseem, and say, I've got chronic pain or I've got anxiety and I'd be really interested in looking at medicinal cannabis, you'd say to me, well, look, Leah, we'd love to help you, but you've got to go to, is that right? You've got to go to the doctor first and get approval. I can't just rock on up to you, can I?
To me, we are the doctors. Our
Yeah,
team is
you're a doctor.
a team of
So
doctors.
I'd come
Uh,
and see you.
you could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I'm not actually
Leah's trying to
prescribing.
get a free thing at the clinic. You can see what's going on here.
What do you have, Leah? How can I help you?
Yeah,
We'll just do a
yeah.
live
Thank you, doctor.
consultation.
I should have just gone straight to this. No, I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't really know,
You, d-
because
you
there's
don't have to
obviously
do it live
reasons.
on here.
Yeah.
You can take
Didn't have to,
less extreme means, Leah.
didn't have to tell everyone. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I've got no stigma, babes. I can talk about it. Yeah, I mean, I thought you had to go,
Awesome.
got to get doctor's approval. Is there other barriers that people struggle with before they can access it?